Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, the first of 2025, so a warm welcome to all of you and a happy new year. Boy, if you're here for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon. Believe me, you're not going to want to miss any content for 2025 because this is going to be our best year yet based on all the goodies we have planned for you. And avail yourself of the free resources. By far the most important is still that no-cost cane clarity call. Text the letter CCC to the number on the screen, and in less than 24 hours, we will be on a phone call with you answering all your questions. And now, the best time was to do it a couple of months ago, because so now you kick off in January. But if you still haven't done that, do it now so that you can get an actual plan that's not going to cost you a penny to have a conversation and figure out, have all your questions answered. Believe me, it's going to save you tons of time, funds, and frustration. You get it right and hit your cane training goals this year. Listen, what is the difference? This is a question we get asked a lot. The difference in the handling of the cane with a system like Sobrevivencia, the Cuban cane art of survival, and ACSD CanFlow. So there is a difference. It's a good question. Let me give you a visual, a demonstration of that. First of all, SV is two hands on the cane. And the main differentiator there is that SV handles from the shaft mainly, and it's a tip. It doesn't really use the horn and the crook for handling. So it's based on something that looks like this, a slide and glide method, right? From close to medium range and then pivoting, because it was designed to deal with multiple assailants armed with an impact tool. Up close, close range, two hands, moving, flow. It does have that in common with CanFlow, obviously, which is the word flow, where you're moving in a way that's very relaxed. It's based on tension-free movement. It does not feature the palm up. Okay, so when you see that, I'll explain what that looks like. And one of the advantages that it has is that whether it's a cane or it's a dowel or your cane doesn't have a horn and a crook, that's fine, because it's all based from here, right? The movement is all from here. The handling is important because it has to do with your movement, how you're going to walk. So it's part of the exercise system, but it's also part of how you defend and counter with the tool. That's your handling. You're not going to have chuck flows. You're not going to have anything like that. It's essentially what I'm showing you here with two hands secure. It has in a built-in way of retention. Enter, and by the way, this is the SV cane designed specifically for that, with a horn and a crook, which I'll tell you in a minute why we did that. So ACSD CanFlow does use that horn and crook for something that looks like this, right? So you have your spins, intermediate spins, back to advanced. You can see figure eights. It's not necessarily two hands on the cane. We work with one. There's stabbing, there's movement. You'll see things like draws, shoulder loops that we do in there, bringing it back out and coming right in. People look at it and they say, well, that's just showing off. That's just flashy. And they don't understand that what it is a form of kinesthetic training. And yes, that handling that you're seeing serves two purposes in ACSD CanFlow. It is for the kinesthetic aspect of it. In other words, I don't have to be looking the cane into my hand. No matter how I catch this, whether it's leaning here, I know how to respond with it, and I know my timing with it, the rhythm and everything else. It is akin, the analogy I've used before is a boxer hits a speed bag for timing, for rhythm, right, which is often overlooked. That doesn't mean that when they get in the ring, they're going to fight this way. And so it is. You hear a lot of times naysayers, and it really comes from, and I say this respectfully, ignorance, don't understand the system. They think they see what that's just, they don't understand what the purpose of it is. Then we show it to you. The second reason that you have this handling in CanFlow and ACSD using the horn and the crook and the movements and the foot combined with the footwork is because in ACSD the cane teaches the empty hand. Now that is a similarity with SV. SV's slide and glide method, regardless of whether you have an umbrella, you have a dowel, whatever it is, When you don't have that in your hand, the movements are the same and it can be done with anything. Going back to ACSD, CanFlow, those movements teach empty hand applications as well, not just with the tool. Now, naturally, somebody like me does both into what I refer to as SV flow. So the Handling-Sobrevivencia founder encouraged everyone to do their SV, right? And that's my way of expressing it, because as you can see, I go from here, I tie it into the shaft. It's very easy for me just to continue to move from here. I do make use of the tool off of here, behind, moving, and then go back to slide and glide. A lot of you follow me doing that, and it is part, by the way, of that SV membership. I throw in some SV flow for you as well there, but I wanted to go ahead and answer that so that you understand that in a nutshell. Sobrevivencia, right? Two-handed system, palm down. No use of the horn and crook in the handling or in the training of it necessarily. Does have it in application, okay? We do have an SV. We do use this, but it is essentially handling from the shaft and the tip. In CanFlow, we use the totality of the cane because we use it also for kinesthetic purposes, and it is tied into the empty hand. Okay, so that's it. Feel free to comment. If you have questions, reach out. But either way, Happy New Year, and I'll catch you on the next video.